Well, as we look ahead to the semi-finals of the Boylesports Irish Greyhound Derby, there's one man that I'm speaking to today that's already a winner. He's a member of the Pillar Syndicate who own Indesatchel, who has already picked up the bonus of €1,500 for the dog owned by the syndicate that lasted longest. David, you don't want the journey to end this Saturday. It's been a great ride.
No, we certainly don't, and it would be wonderful if we got to a Derby final. From all the years that we've had greyhounds between every member of the syndicate, to get to a Derby final has always been a dream. Some people's dream is to win it. We take the dream to get to the final. He's quite a young dog, so look, fingers crossed. We know we're up against it in the heat, and the dog is really an up-and-coming dog for next year, so anything's a bonus at this stage.
Of course, you are from greyhound stock yourself. You're no stranger to Shelbourne Park. Your father, David Byrne, has been responsible for the famous wine taverns prefix for many a year. He's owned some really top dogs over the years. And of course, you've been included yourself, but this is perhaps the best dog that you've been involved in. I know your dad has been involved in some very fast ones, but certainly Indesatchel, the best you've ever been connected with.
Yeah, 100%. And hopefully it continues. As I said, he's young and we've all next year to go ahead. This year is not the end, it's only the start, is how we're looking at it. We've been blessed and lucky enough to have some really good racers over the years under the wine tavern prefix. And look, long may it continue to maybe under different names now, and hopefully this syndicate will go on long into the future and we'll have lots more success than we did in the past. There's, as you said, there's myself and my father Noel, and then the other two members are Larry and Jack O'Shea, who have had plenty of good dogs over the years as well and some big wins under their belt. So hopefully we can get a bit of the luck they had over the years into this syndicate and claim a few big ones. Will be the dream, really.
Of course, Larry and Jack are classic winning owners. They obviously responsible for the famous Jack's prefix, but like the four of you steeped in greyhounds. But tell those of us that don't know, and I'm more than aware of why it's called the Pillar Syndicate. But what is the Pillar Syndicate?
So how we come up with the name the Pillar Syndicate was, as you know, we're no strangers to Shelbourne Park. We're there regulars for years. Every Saturday night is a night where we maybe let the hair down, you might say, Ian, and have a few drinks on a Saturday night, and the crack would flow. And the meeting point has always been the Pillar at 6 o'clock, Shelbourne Park, right opposite the bar on the ground floor. So we'd have numerous meeting points there at the Pillar and drinks and a bit of crack and a bit of food. And I have to say that Shelbourne Park is a fantastic place for food and drink, not just greyhound racing. It's obviously the highlight of it is the greyhound racing, but it's a tremendous setup. And the Pillar has been the part of what we've known for the last 10 years as a meeting point. So when we got a dog and we decided, there was a few Saturday nights that we had dogs running, Larry and Jack had dogs running, we were cheering on each other's dogs and our own dogs, and then we just sort of said, oh, we're probably a drink too many. Imagine we owned a really good dog together. Imagine the party we'd have. The party probably wouldn't end, being honest, if we got to a Derby final. We don't need to win it to have a party. We had a good party in the semi-final together, after the quarter-final, reaching the semi-final. But it's that famous Pillar in Shelbourne Park is what the syndicate's called off, and I think it's only fitting as well. A former friend of ours, Dominic Rennick's picture is hanging on that pillar now at the moment as well, which he deserves a big shout out as well. He was there many a year with us as well at that pillar.
Indeed, I've had a few drinks at that Pillar myself over the years. You'd be leaving Shelbourne Park and your father would always call you over. Ian, I have to ask you a question. What's the question? No, would you like a drink? And in fairness to him, he's never been shy to buy me one. But obviously great success thus far with the dog. He's only had a handful of races, but tell me, how did you come about him? Where did you get him, or where did you source him?
So the dog was sourced for seen by Brendan O'Neill in Tipperary. He's obviously a Skywalker Puma standing at stud, and the dog is by Skywalker Puma. So Brendan had sourced and told him, look lads, there's a really good pup there. He's doing good runs unraced if you're interested in him. And it went from there. So we had a look at him. We got Brendan, had a look at him trialing. He gave us the reports. It was a wet, windy night when we bought him. John Quinn was the man that had the dog at the time, and we done a deal with John, and we picked him up after the trial, the qualifying trial in Cork, and it was on his card. We went from there, myself and Noel, we met John, we got the dogs the one over, gave him the thumbs up, and we had our money, and we registered him in the Pillar Syndicate and said, lads, look, let the crack begin, and hopefully we have a good one on our hands and he trains on, because he did show a lot of potential in his early days qualifying. And yeah, he has very few races ran coming into Derby, which is not ideal, but look, with the circumstances going on around the world at the moment, that can't be helped. So we gave the dog to Graham Holland to train. I have to say, for a dog with so little experience going in, Team Holland have done a fantastic job. getting the dog to a semi-final. So just one more step, Graham. That's all we're asking for. No pressure.
I was going to say, in a normal year, you probably wouldn't even consider the Derby, you know, because of so few races. But I suppose the fact that he's missed those 3 months and that he has a bit of age on his side, you said to yourselves, well, sure, why not? Let's have a go.
That's exactly it. Like the way we looked at it, he was in an unraised stake. He came out the worst of a first bend incident on the first night. It wasn't ideal for us, but look, we knew that once the dog was okay, that was the main thing. This dog racing, we're all in dog racing long enough to understand that. And then we looked at him, we weighed up our options, and we said, look, we know he's a strong running type dog, so 550 will suit him. We said, look, if we don't enter him in the Derby, you're probably going to have a month without racing at all, and we don't need another month without racing for dogs. So we said we'd put him in to learn his trade. And he's certainly doing that at the moment, and he's surprising us and going further than we could have expected. So that's why I say it's a fantastic job by Team Holland in the Riverside Kennels. And look, a bit of luck Saturday night, and you never know.
Of course, you've been watching it from, you know, the comfort of your own home. You haven't been able to get to Shelbourne Park in the last couple of weeks. I'd imagine you're really missing it, but it was a pretty picture off the second bend last week when he moved third.
Yeah, it certainly was. When we seen him swinging off the second bend and Ewan Lester was on his outside and we hedged ahead of him, we sort of said to ourselves, fingers crossed here now, bar accident, he's a strong running dog. Let's just say the decibels and where we were watching the four of us together nearly took the roof off the house, and we rode him the whole way home. So and look,
were you in Rathfarnham or were you in Poulafuca, or what part of the world you in yourselves?
We were in Rathfarnham Saturday night, so this Saturday night coming is Wine Tavern. So we're alternating since Shelbourne has been closed, the restaurant has been closed. So that's how we're doing it. So we're still having the crack. We're still enjoying the dog and the racing of it. And look, all the dogs, the Derby, I think as a whole has been a fantastic Derby. Not just, obviously we've had a vested interest, but like when you look at New Win Taylor and Pastana, they're doing handstands. Like, so as greyhound people, it's wonderful to see that as well.
Of course, you have the aforementioned Pastana in against you on Saturday night. You're in the second semi-final, but by all accounts, not a bad draw for a dog that, well, probably won't get racing until the second bend, but, you know, not a bad draw at all, like 2 and 3, edging straight in. The 5 dogs likely to stay a middle to wide path. Like, you'd be happy enough with your draw.
Yeah, look, if you told me before the draw was made, you're in trap 4, I'd have put the hands on the head and went, oh dear. But the way it's drawn, and look, the trap draw and the way the dog's inside you, that's what greyhound racing at the elite level is all about now. You could back a dog as a favourite dog every night of the week, but put a trap 1 dog in trap 5 and he's no longer a certainty. But so the way the race is drawn, I think trap 4 will suit our dog. So not saying I'm confident he's getting through. Look at what's around him. Like, we just hope, fingers crossed, he runs a good race. And as I said, we're in bonus territory. So if he qualifies, great, the party will continue. If he doesn't, we know he's an upcoming dog. He's a next year dog. So he's done fantastic already. So no pressure on the dog at this stage.
Like a horse racing man would say, anything he achieves over hurdles is a bonus.
Absolutely, yeah.
There are 1 or 2 men, I dare say, that passed up a chance to join the Pillar Syndicate. Are they kicking themselves at present?
I'd say they are now, yeah. I definitely say they are. Like the first dog we bought was a runner-up to New Win Taylor in the Produce Stakes, and this is our second dog. So there probably is a few lads now going, I should have jumped in there. But look, it is what it is, lads. Hard luck. Syndicate's closed. I know. Look, we had the dogs. Indesatchel is a really nice dog. Really looking forward to him now all the next year. And we've bought probably 8 top class pups as well in terms of breeding. They're various ages from a few weeks old up to 6, 8, 10 months old at this stage. And again, we would have bought some of them from Brendan O'Neill, and then we bought some from Alison Coxon as well. So really good breeding. So we're looking forward to them. So it's not going to end here with this dog. We plan on being a syndicate for many years to come.
As regards to syndicate, buying pups at an early age and being able to rear them yourselves, it does make it cost effective. It's a great way of doing it.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah, look, and pups are the dream when they're 12 weeks of old age. Sorry, they're Derby winners. No matter, it doesn't matter what grade. Then there's no A8 on them, AAO. There's none of them. They're Derby winners at that age, and it's really a love of greyhounds and a love of the animal that we have them for, and why we rear them ourselves, give them the best chance. And I have to say, anyone that we bought pups off in the last few years, and particularly since this syndicate is formed, I have to say they've done a super job helping them and rearing them. And some of them have been reared on for us down the country. Michael Butler has some for us as well, like, so rearing them as well, because we can't take them all ourselves. And that's why, but I have to say, some of the setups I've seen in the last 6 to 12 months are top class.
Well, the key is you're producing top class ones, you're owning top class ones, and who knows, on Saturday night you could have a Derby finalist. It's what dreams are made of.
Absolutely it is. Yeah. No, look, I'm involved in greyhound since I was little boys. As I said, Larry and Jack are there years, many a classic dog with them, and they are a classic winner, as you said. Myself and Noel, we like to start the party, and certainly Noel likes to finish it as well, because he's normally last out with Shelbourne as well. So if we could really continue in getting the trend of dogs like we have been getting, it'd be wonderful, absolutely wonderful. We just love to see the top class dogs racing, and then to own one is just really the icing on the cake. Really, to own a dog capable of running the Derby, never mind winning a round, which he did, or qualifying and getting to a semi-final. Like, that's the way we look at it. There, we don't expect and put pressure on trainers or anything like that. We have a good dog. We know greyhound racing over the years. We know things can happen. So on the day, you never know. I've seen many a final won by 20-1 shots, even Derby finals. So you just don't know. That's the beauty of the game as well.
Indeed it is. And of course, as you said yourself earlier on, you went into the Derby with no expectations. It's hard not to have expectations looking ahead to Saturday night. You're just hoping for a bit of luck, however, and wouldn't it be a dream?
Look, it would be a dream. We are, and like as I said, we didn't have any expectations. But when you get to the first round, you're like, oh, can we get to the second round? And then we get to the second round, wouldn't it be great to get to the last 48? That's when the Derby really starts. And then you're in the last 48, and you get to the quarter final, you're thinking, oh, this is brilliant. Like, it's a real bonus. And you're leading up a couple of days to the quarter final, and you're thinking, I wonder, could we get to the semi final? We know there's good dogs there at the top of the mark in the betting, but I wonder, could we get a bit of luck and sneak through? And then that happened Saturday night. I think he ran a super race, his best race Saturday night gone. And then you're there now, and you see the draw he has in the semi final, and you're looking, you've got Barney and Taylor all the top of the market, and the outright betting is in it, and you're in the middle of them. And then even still as the week goes on, now we're thinking, we might have a chance, lads. We have a chance. Don't rule anything out. Like, and I think to have that and go through that, I think, is what's really going to spur us on to put the hand in the pocket again. And look, the €1,500 bonus from Boylesports for last stand Syndicate will certainly help. It definitely buy us another pup. Put it that way.
I would say that might even cover the drinks bill.
Might not. No, probably not. Ian. If you get to the final, it definitely won't.
Win, lose or draw, lads, you'll raise a toast in Indesatchel, and as you say, you have a long career to look ahead with him. He's a really exciting youngster. Well done, David, and enjoy it.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Ian. All the best.
That was great, Dave.
There we go. Now that's a wrap.